so far we've done warming up our bodies and our muscles, and we've stretched them, and then we started breathing to get ourselves into a nice, calm mindset for our yoga. If you haven't noticed, Bryn's going to start every clip with one of her famous dance poses. So sometimes we may be too frustrated to kind of calm down our day and start some yoga or do some exercising. So there's something that you can do sitting at your chair, sitting at your desk when you're in school, or whenever you could be in a restaurant and you're really mad, or just really if you're feeling all over the place. So we're going to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 senses exercise. The first thing is going to be touch. I like to do this to help me remember, or the first thing is see. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can touch.
Taste.
We're going to do that again, or taste. Yes. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. While you're doing this, you can just do it in your head. You can say it out loud. Sometimes it helps to do it with a friend. Like today, I'm a little stressed out just because I've had too much to do. So I'm going to do this exercise, and I hope that you get something out of this as well. My 5 things right now I can see Bryn, I can see my cup of water, I can see some paint, I can see this giant die, and I can see this chair. Bryn, what are your 5 things?
I can see you, I can see the paint, I can see the cup, I can see the die, and I can see the giant picture of AJ on the closet door.
Great. Now, 4 things we can touch. Let's see. I can feel my shirt. I can feel my ring. I feel my ponytail touching my shoulder. What's the 4th one? I can feel the air from the air conditioning. What are your 4 things that you can feel?
Well, my hair's too short for me to feel it, so I don't have that with me. I can feel the table, and I can feel like the cushion of my seat, I guess.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
then I can feel you if I touch your face. And I could feel the dye when I fix the lid.
one. Okay. What's next? 3 things you can hear. Yes, 3 things you can hear. I can hear someone walking upstairs. I can hear my chair creaking if I move too much. And I can hear someone walking behind the camera. What can you hear, Bryn?
I can hear my brother eating a french fry. I can and have been hearing you talk. And I'm hearing my dad move stuff in the next room.
Great. What's next? 2 things you can smell. I can smell dinner right now that is cooking. And I can smell maybe it's my shampoo. That one's kind of tough because you have to really focus in to focus on the smells around you. What about you, Bryn?
I can smell dinner from upstairs, and I can smell the mustiness of the storage room.
Mustiness of the storage room. Great.
Big words here.
And our last thing is something that we can taste. I can taste water from the last time I took a sip of water. What about you?
The medicine I just took.
She tastes the medicine that she just took. So whenever you're feeling really just overwhelmed, you can do this anywhere from if you're 5 or if you're 58 years old, you can do these 5 senses exercise to help you stay grounded. And so let's review those one more time for them, Bryn. 5 things you can see. 4 things you can
touch,
3 things you can
hear,
2 things you can
smell,
and 1 thing you can
taste.
Excellent. Up next is the actual yoga pose.
I can taste
Don't do that. We'll cut that part out. All right, Brian, you're killing it. We are going to start with the carrying koala. So we're sitting on our bottoms, and instead of just crossing our legs like crisscross applesauce, you're just going to bring in one leg and then pick one leg up and put it on top of the other. So it's like your arms are your legs and they're going like this. One on top of the other. It's going to stretch out your hip. Whichever leg is on top, it's going to stretch out your hip. You're going to make your hand into a heart and put it on your chest. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Relax. The other foot is going to come on top now. Now stretching out our other hip here. Make our heart on our hand. 3 breaths. In, out, in, out, in, out, and relax. That is our carrying koala. And now we are going to shift to do cat-cow. Now cat-cow, I'm going to have Bryn demonstrate while I talk you through it. You are going to begin on your hands and your knees. And Bryn's back right now is straight like a table, as if I were going to take my water bottle and set it on top of her. She's just a table. We call that table. While Bryn is in table, she is going to take 3 deep breaths before we move. So in, out, second in, out, third in, out, and then I'm going to ask her to turn her back into a scaredy cat. So if I took a hook and I was pulling up her spine, you can see how her spine just lifted towards the sky. You are more than welcome to make the cat noises.
Meow.
And she's going to take a few deep breaths there. After a few deep breaths, she's going to lower her back to table. So that nice straight back again. Take a few deep breaths. And from table, we are going to go into cow. So if I put a huge weight right here, she just turned into a cow. You're doing a great job, Bryn. You can see how her back is nice and curved. She's going to take a few deep breaths. You can do this a few times. Come back up to table. Her back is flat. Breathe. Now up into cat. And breathe.
Meow.
Meow. Back to table. And then cow. Moo. And then go back into table one last time. And Bryn is going to shift all her weight back on her heels, and she's going to lay her hands down in front of her, and this is the child's pose. You can fall asleep in this pose. It's really comfortable. Isn't it comfy, Bryn? And you can lay here and take a few deep breaths before we stand up again.